many years.
Fox's Brooke Seaman, the former president, will be inside a Manhattan courtroom day 7. The hush money trial. The prosecution will resume its questioning of David Pecker, a former publisher of the chaos on the college campuses.
I was moving.
Cops arresting more than 30 people at the University of Texas at Austin, including a Fox TV affiliate photographer. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Live and local. Real talk starts now.
And okay, so happy it's Thursday. This is what they call weekend eve, or is that
It's
what?
been a fast week.
Yes, it has. Where'd you go?
It's the Friday Eve.
Friday
I
Eve.
forget. Tim says it best.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, approaching the end of the month, the 25th of April. Wow, how about that? Somebody's birthday around here is tomorrow too. Mhm. Yeah,
Happy
it is. So
birthday to Kate. She's listening.
I know she
Oh,
is
who is it?
likely.
Is it Kate? Oh, it's
My
okay.
birthday's in May.
Oh, what? Yeah, yours is the day before my
Mine's
brother's.
May 15th.
Yeah, my brother's is May 16th.
That's Candy's birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, how about that?
Or
I
pre-happy
remember that one
birthday,
well.
Candy.
Yep.
Okay, lots going on out there, from Trump to Trump to Trump, and
Jesus
Trump. And Trump's
Lord.
getting Trump right now. So I guess Trump and trounced. And then we got a bunch of children.
I'ma
Actually,
tell
they should be putting them back in diapers and confining them to the
Not all of them are
quarters.
kids. They've even mentioned that some of the people on these
It doesn't
campuses
matter
are
what
not
age
students.
they are.
Well, that's true.
They are children.
It was
They're acting like children.
crazy.
Well, Texas took care of it.
I started with Texas, then I went to California. California, those kids on the campus there, I will tell you what, if I'd been one of their parents and saw them on TV acting that way.
Texas one shouting, calling the cops pigs, but they rounded them up,
All the
arrested
ones
every
in
dollar one of them.
California were, it was even
They
worse.
were fighting the cops. Yep. Nope.
It was bad.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. The Marine from Camp Lejeune who died in a training accident last week in Carteret County was killed in a parachuting mishap.
Oh.
Don't know the full details yet. So Colin Arslanbus, I don't know, was a recon Marine assigned to the Marine Special Purpose Force 24th MEU. He was promoted to sergeant just 2 weeks before he died earlier this month. The incident is still under investigation. The Marine was from Missouri. My goodness gracious. Condolences to entire family and to the entire Marine family and to all of his buddies out there. And those recon guys, I've been out watching them train on several occasions. And in fact, in the back of a CH-46 helicopter. Never did like those things. They shook and rattled too much to get stable pictures. And anyway, they lowered the ramp right off the beach, Onslow Beach there. I don't know how high we were, 1,000, 2,000 feet or something, not very high. But anyway, I was able to get a big belt wrapped around me, and I kind of walked down the ramp backwards so I could be at an angle aiming down. This ramp goes down, right? And shooting up, and the recons ran right past me and jumped into the ocean for whatever reason. Don't know. Nothing wrong with the helicopter. Couldn't figure out what the reason jumping out of it was. But the helicopter was in good shape. But anyway, that's one of the things that's going on out there. So our condolences to the whole group. That's a tough bunch of people. I ran into the recons down in another country too, once or twice.
He had just got promoted on April 1st
Yep.
to sergeant.
Yep.
God bless his soul.
He haw to the he or he to the
He's
haw.
going to straighten me out on
Yeah,
this.
you to the hall, baby.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just listening to what you were talking about, and yeah, they are the elite, man. And I brag on, well, I brag on all the Marines, especially when I show up in Fort Stewart, Georgia. I say, I'm from Camp Lejeune.
And they say, get out of here.
Just remember that. They let me go on in.
Yeah. I went down to Fort Stewart a couple of times. Interesting place.
Oh,
They shoot
Lord,
big.
I have-
They
right
they used to
next-
shoot.
right
You used to shoot big tanks down there.
Yes, they did. In fact, they still do a little fire. I was down there one time and something went off, and I asked the railroad guy, I said, what was that? He said, I don't know.
I don't care.
Okay. Sounds good to me, baby.
As long as
But
it's
yeah,
not close to me. Yeah.
Yes, sir. But, it's a pretty beautiful base.
It is.
Hunter Air Base is beautiful too. I mean, I had to go there a lot, and that was fixing to have to go back.
Yeah.
But no, I wanted to call in. Say it's Friday. I already heard you holler at one time.
Friday
But,
Eve.
yeah, Friday Eve.
Friday Eve, and I'm moving it up to weekend Eve already.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I understand that. Well, St. Diane's getting ready for her wedding anniversary that we did. Yes, tomorrow. It will be our anniversary, and don't ask me how long. I can't tell you. But
Do you remember the
I
year?
know I remember. No. And I was sober.
Uh-huh.
But now I get mixed up because we did the rent to own thing for a year and a half. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We moved in together and all.
You're loud and clear.
And a year and a half later, yeah, it's called rent. You can't call it shacking up no more. That's offensive. So we just call it rent to own.
Okay.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I tell people, yeah, you got to check out the plumbing before you buy the house. Always check out the plumbing before you buy the house. But no, I'm
Okay.
headed on up yonder. No, go ahead.
I said, okay.
Oh, okay. But I'm headed up here to pick up a farm tractor, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right or not. Kelly might know because she goes up this way. Stoneville, North Carolina, or they may call it Stoneville. You know what I'm talking about, Kelly?
My mama graduated from Stonewall High School. Of course, I know where it is.
Really?
Well,
Yeah.
say that
Well,
again.
that's
Slow
where
it down,
I'm
though.
going this morning.
Say that name again and
It's called
slow it down.
It's Stoneville.
Stoneville.
That's how they
Stoneville.
pronounce it up there.
That's like
Okay.
Jacksonville.
That's right.
Yeah. It's,
So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's where I'm headed this morning. Tell your mom I'm going. When I go by, if I go by the high school, I'll blow the horn.
Let me ask you, what are you going up there to do?
Pick up a tractor.
A guy hired us to pick up a farm tractor and bring it back to Wilmington. I don't know if he's going to restore it. There's some kind of deal. There's a farm the family inherited, and I think he inherited the tractor, and he hired us to
How
go up there and pick it up and bring it back.
How big is this tractor? I'm just thinking about it. It's going to look like a P on the back of your truck, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know how big it is. The only
What?
thing I got, it was a Ford tractor, and it weighs about 5,000 pounds.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to guess it's about a Ford 3,000, Ford 4,000, or 5,000. I don't know.
That's-
I didn't get a picture of it.
Yeah.
And he's got a piece of equipment. And I'm bringing it back to Wilmington somewhere. I don't know if it's already restored or he's going to restore it, but he inherited the tractor.
Got it.
And he hired us to go get it. Now, of course I'll go get it.
Wow.
And in fact, I took the big road on up here. I usually take 421 and go around to Greensboro, but this time of morning, I said, well, I'll just take the big road, just see how the construction is. And I hit it just right.
Well, you
I
got lucky.
I didn't have much of a back. Oh, yeah. Well, I know how to time it.
Would you
And,
come up
I let
220?
I just came up straight 40 shoot, and I'm going to go up, 640?
You're going to take 640 and then what, 220? Because 220 takes you right to
Yep,
the Stoneville
220.
exit.
Yep, 220, and I got to turn off on Highway 311 and go over there to that farm.
Oh, so you're going over towards Madison. Okay. I know exactly
Yeah.
where you are. Okay.
Okay, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm headed that way, and I'm almost to where I-85 and I-40 come together.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
you're about to take
right.
the new, you're going to take the new bypass.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that thing's awesome. That's
Yeah.
that's how I go home. It's amazing. Whoever did that's a genius.
Yeah, that's what it's called, 640.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that'll take
Yeah,
you straight to
640.
Winston-Salem if you kept going straight.
There wasn't no reason to do that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'll like it. And you're going to where it's rural, just so you know.
Well, that's where they have farms.
Yeah, trust me. There's a lot of farms.
Yeah.
I know right off
Yeah.
311. Yeah.
Right off 311. In fact,
Oh,
I looked at the map, and it shows I have to get out and walk over to the barn.
I believe that completely. Yeah. That's about probably 12 minutes from my mom's house.
You're going to have a hard time pushing that tractor across that field.
It's
not running.
No, you better crank.
Yeah, it's a lot. But good luck to that. At least his weather's good up there today. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm enjoying. I love to go off like this. I
Mhm.
mean, I enjoy new things, and like that, and they hit every time they get something strange like that. They'll, hey, you want that? Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay.
What's the worst thing can happen?
Need some advice, Farmer John.
Mhm.
You ready?
Yes, sir.
For whatever reason, I've already got a couple of tomato plants, and some of them are large. I planted them at a different time, and some of them are small. The small ones, I got something charry on the leaves, and I can't see it. I never can see it. Now, I used to use Seven Dust, and then everybody tells me don't use Seven Dust. Don't do that. Get
That's what I
something
use.
environmentally friendly. I want something to kill whatever the critters are eating this stuff without hurting my plants.
I don't know what in the world is wrong with Seven Dust.
Okay, good.
myself. I mean,
Good. Thank you.
I don't know.
That's what I
I
use.
mean, just you can wash it. Seven Dust is a contact, not a systemic. A
Okay.
systemic is something that goes inside the plant, and I think Seven Dust is more like a contact.
Oh, it just hangs on the outside and kills whatever crawls up on it. Gotcha.
Because we used to use Dipel and stuff like we sprayed Dipel on it. That was a good garden spray. I don't even know if you can find it anymore.
Oh, then I
You know,
don't do
I'd
me
have
any
to look
good.
around.
All right.
But
Well-
yes, sir. Orthene, Orthene is good, but it stinks. Now it'll make you, buddy. It'll make you gag.
Somebody
Gag
just
a maggot, it
texted
stinks about.
and said they use Dawn dishwashing liquid
I've heard
in a
that
bottle
too.
in a water sprayer.
Yeah,
If
there's
it-
a
if
lot
it'll
of people
kill a
do that
flea-
'cause it kills them. Yeah,
It-
it
yeah.
does.
Yeah, but it
Because
washes
the
off
oil
every
in the
time it
dog
rains or every time I water the plants.
Do you have lots of bubbles
And
out
it gets
there?
lots of
Yeah,
bubbles.
bubble
I mean,
out
you know,
there. You sure some,
It happens.
but are you sure some critters not come eating it at night?
it's 4 feet off the ground.
Okay, well, it could be a giraffe.
Oh, good
Just
Lord.
saying. Just saying.
Okay, Tim, you know where this is going? Right in the toilet.
Yeah, I better get off of here. Y'all, I'll
Kelly, a
follow that
giraffe.
tomorrow. All right.
I
y'all.
see.
Have fun, Tim.
Oh my God. Yeah, I saw a couple of leaves yesterday, and I said, well, you ain't gonna stay there very long. And I turn them upside down, looking for some of those things that hide underneath them. Nope,
Yes.
nothing
Yeah.
there.
Yes.
I
That's
don't know what it
weird.
is. It's
I
just,
use Seven Dust on
I
I
think
know
it's a
some-
mite.
yeah, probably, but I know it's coming because these are the bottom leaves on the short plants, the ones that are right there on the ground still. So I know it's coming from somewhere in the ground, come out.
Somebody said it was hornworms and they go under the leaves.
Well, I know, but these leaves are not big enough to support a hornworm, and I looked underneath the leaves,
What the heck is a hornworm?
a little booger. So anyway, I've got some Seven Dust. I'm gonna give that a whirl. It's the man has told me that that's good to go. A woman charged with killing her roommate more than 2 years ago entered a guilty plea in Onslow County Superior Court yesterday to murder. 44-year-old Melissa, I know I'm going to screw this one up, Tober Salas, admitted that she killed her 68-year-old roommate, James Jimmy Newell. In exchange for the guilty plea, the judge reduced the charge from first-degree to second-degree murder, and she was given a 26 to 32-year prison sentence. We know for a fact that ain't going to go. She won't last that long. She'll get out earlier. Though the couple lived in the same home, they were not in a relationship, according to the DA's office. Therefore, domestic violence was not part of the charges. Apparently, the two were fighting throughout the evening. Alcohol was involved, and the victim was then brutally attacked, according to medical personnel at the scene, died from blunt force trauma.
With a crowbar, I believe.
I forgot what it was.
You know, she was homeless and that's why he let her stay there. But you know what? She's got a home now for a very long time.
I hope a lot longer than just a very long time. Forever would be nice. She's 44, so 32 years will put her on up there. Probably won't be too violent when she gets to be 78. But again, the chances of serving even a significant portion of a 26 to 32 year sentence is, yeah. I just don't have that much faith in the prison system and the parole system. There's a story. I know y'all don't like Arizona because it's too liberal for you, right?
I just think it's hot there. It gets cold in the winter, but
It's gone liberal now.
Here's one guy, two people
okay.
got a real surprise in a town called Surprise, Arizona. That's the name of the town. That's the reason it caught my
Surprise.
attention.
That's a cool name.
One guy's been shot, another's in custody after they tried to break into a home early Monday morning.
Uh-oh.
Surprise.
Ruh-roh. Surprise, surprise,
Yeah.
surprise. According to police, and surprise,
Mhm.
wouldn't it be great to be a cop and pull people over and say, hey, surprise. According to police and surprise, the two people were trying to force their way into a home when the homeowner opened fire. He got one of them. Police responded, took both of them into custody. One has been taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Some neighbors said they heard the commotion early in the morning, about 3:30 in the morning, and you're breaking into a house, and then some dude shows up with a gun from inside the house and says, you ain't coming here. This is a bad move on your part. Neighbors said they were shocked about what happened. Detectives are still investigating. A lot of questions still lingering. Family said they cannot help but wonder what they would do in that situation. So my question for y'all today is, dead of night, 3:00 in the morning, you hear, you feel your dog's bark, something happens, wakes you up, and you find two people trying to break into your house. I don't know whether they had gained any entrance or not. It doesn't get into that. What do you do? Obviously, most people go, I'm going to dial 911. Well, there it goes.
I'm going to grab my gun
There's the
first.
first
Same.
thing that's going to occur at 911 is, hello, do you have an emergency? No, I'm calling 911 because I just wanted to talk. And then they will, I'm just kidding because they have to answer it a certain way. But I've got an emergency. A couple of guys are breaking in my house. I'm living in this. And where do you live? Okay. What do they look like? I don't know. Oh, I don't know. I can't see them yet. How do you know they're breaking in? Well, they're beating down the door with a sledgehammer. Okay. You haven't seen them? Nope. Okay. We'll get a car en route. Okay. How long is this? From the time you wake up, which you're going to have to wake up from a dead sleep,
Right.
get your mess together in your
Right.
head, right? And then dial 911, probably misdial it 12 times.
Right.
Then you dial 911, and then you go through a list of questions, which they are required to ask.
This is just like the dream I had the other day.
Uh-oh.
Oh
Were
my
you in
gosh.
Arizona?
No.
So what do you do if you're there? Well, again, most of us around here, all of us in this room, 100% are going to reach for something first
Exactly.
to secure my premises and myself before I dial 911. Obviously, I'll get everybody into one room. The
happened
dogs,
to
the
me.
cats, and my wife will all be in
Yeah,
one
it
room.
happened to me once.
Did it?
Yes, when I was living in Montclair, and this was many, many, many years ago, and I had left the kitchen windows open, which
Oh.
is back in the day, you really didn't have to fear that too much. And I was asleep on the couch, thankfully, and I heard a noise, and my dogs started barking, and I heard it in the kitchen. The first thing I did was reach down, take my purse, dump it upside down, and grab my pistol. And about that time, they jumped back out of the window, but they had actually gotten in the house because there was footprints.
Did they weigh any extra with any pieces of lead in them?
No, it just all happened so fast. I mean, the blinds were hanging out the window.
Yeah. Well, I had it happen one time to me in Wilmington. I lived when I first moved there in a mobile home. I call them a trailer. It had wheels
Right.
on it. It's a trailer.
Yeah,
About
that's
70
what I
feet
grew up
long or
in.
something. So I was asleep sitting up on the couch watching Johnny Carson. I used to love Johnny Carson. I watched the beginning of it, and then I'd
Me
fall
too.
off asleep, and then I'd get up.
Yes.
Well, I had a cat at the time. Yeah, I had one of those. And the kitty cat was all hyper. And I woke up. Okay, it's time to go to bed. Turn the TV off. Got up and headed for the bedroom. There's red carpet in this trailer.
Wow.
Red carpet on the floor going towards the bedroom. Going by that back door, the one that's on the side of the trailer, not the front entrance,
Right.
the one that nobody ever uses because there are no
Right.
steps there.
Right.
It's an emergency exit, like the back
Yes.
door of a school bus.
Right.
So leading from there towards my bedroom are dirty footprints. We lived on a sandy lot, right?
Right.
Near Wrightsville Beach. And I like, what in a Sam Hill? Well, I head straight into the bedroom. I reached into the drawer, and the first pistol that I got to was a .45 automatic, which is my favorite anyway. and I'm looking, clear the closet. I go under the bed looking, so small bedroom. Nothing else is in there. Walk back to the door. Somebody had little Chelsea windows that you roll out.
Yes.
And
I
there's a
remember those.
screen on the inside. Well, they
Mhm.
poked their hand through the screen
Oh,
and
wow.
unlocked the door
Wow.
and came in.
Mm.
Well, they got out pretty quickly because they were gone before I could get awake good and get into the room. And they were gone. I looked everywhere. Secured the door, called dispatch. I think it was actually before 911 was in effect, but called dispatch and they sent a deputy out because it was in the county. And he took a quick report and I said, I have no idea what he, she, or they looked like. You didn't see them. Here's the evidence. I secured the door. And then I got into my van and I started driving around looking. Because that time of night, people walk around.
Yeah, yeah.
I stopped. I was not a law enforcement officer at the time, but I pulled up to people walk and I said, where you headed? What you doing?
They probably thought you were a pervert or something.
No, they thought I was the heat.
Oh.
But anyway, I said, let me see what kind of watch you got on. Because my watch was stolen. The only thing missing was my watch. And it was a diver's watch, a special type. I don't even think they made them anymore at that time. But anyway, it was missing. So I looked at a lot of risks that night. People walking at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mhm.
They shouldn't have been out. Oh, well, about 1 o'clock in the morning by the time. Shouldn't have been out there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I checked a bunch of people out. Never did find that watch. A detective said, I know who it is. I mean, we know who he is. Then put him in jail.
Let's
Well,
go
we
visit
don't
him.
have enough evidence for that. And I said, well, give me his name. Oh, I can't do that. I said, I'll get my watch.
Well, they never caught my assailant.
They never called this dude either.
It took a week to get the corresponding law enforcement agency back out to take the fingerprints and
Oh.
pictures of the foot. Because there was fingerprints. There was a big old thumbprint on the window.
Oh my.
It was, but all is well.
Yeah, it's okay. Summertime is coming on strong. While thunderstorms can happen during unsettled weather any time of the year, we generally think of severe thunderstorms, complete with lightning, of course, as happening during the summer months. That's also the time of year that more people are outside enjoying nice weather until it breaks bad. Sporting events, playing golf, going to the beach, they all can have their pitfalls if a sudden thunderstorm moves through, and they can move in rapidly. You know that. One rule you need to hammer home to your kids and to yourself, remember, the kids will push the envelope as much as they can. They'll stay out just as long as they can. If you can hear thunder, it's close enough for a lightning bolt to hit. If you can hear it, it is close enough for fire to come out of the sky. At the first hint of a thunderstorm, it's time to call it a day and head for the shelter. A couple of don't do this. Do not take refuge under a tree. It may be the tallest object in the area, and it can become a target, basically a lightning rod. Electrical charges, lightning, can hit people and other objects near a tree. Find a sturdy building, and when inside, stay away from the windows. Do not use a telephone that's connected to either a charger or a telephone line, if you've got one of those phones anymore, during a storm. A thunderstorm is not the time to take a shower either. Running water can carry electrical discharges. When it hits pipes or whatever goes to ground, your pipes are grounded. Think about it. Today's severe weather tip is a courtesy of John Stars Electric, the electricians you can depend on for any job, large or small. John Stars is also a Generac standby generator specialist. With the hurricane season fast approaching, by the way, 5 weeks away, you might want to go ahead and bite the bullet. There's really no need to put it off any longer. I know that a lot of homeowners have thought about taking the plunge, but had no one to turn to. Luckily, John Stars Electric is a dealer that can handle everything turnkey, including the planning, the permitting, the installation. They'll even handle whatever is required when they have to talk with your power company. Power up your life. Turn the night into day with a Generac generator from John Stars Electric, 910-989-1908. Call them today. It's all turnkey and worry-free. Again, the number to call, 910-989-1908. You're live and local Real Talk. We'll be right back.
97.1 WSME.
Liberty Mutual presents How to Get Ahead at Work.
It's simple. Just ask for a meeting with your supervisor. While you're discussing the latest sales reports, just slip into the conversation that you customized your home insurance with Liberty Mutual and saved hundreds. Whoa! The business savvy you showed saving hundreds of dollars on home insurance will have you running seminars on saving money in no time.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com. Based on recent survey of new customers who switched and saved. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Let's take a moment to appreciate our sweet children, loving grandparents, and eternal soulmates. Now let's use them to save money on wireless. Because with the Straight Talk Silver Plan, you get 4 lines for just $25 a month with unlimited data and no contracts. So add those human pawns, loved ones, and save money. Thanks, kids. They're finally worth it. Straight Talk Wireless, available at Walmart.
Get 4 lines on Silver Unlimited for $25 per line per month, plus taxes and fees. For data management practices and additional terms, visit straighttalk.com.
A plan every adult family consider is the pre-arranged funeral. It's the worry-saving thing to do for your family. Making pre-arrangements helps to alleviate the additional stress on family members that can come with arranging a loved one's funeral. Jones Funeral Home's prepaid funeral plan helps remove confusion. They make a practical evaluation of costs possible, and it's the best way to take an unpleasant task off the shoulders of the family. Call Jones Funeral Home at 455-1281.
With locations in Jacksonville, Richland, Swansboro, and Holly Ridge.
Chico's Tires, 2320 Wilmington Highway is Jacksonville's oldest tire company, and now Jacksonville's newest tire company is Little Chico's, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard. Little Chico's carries all the major brands and all sizes, such as Michelin, Goodyear, BF Goodrich, Bridgestone, and many others, and all new tires have warranty. In addition to a great selection of new tires, Little Chico's has used tires starting at only $30. In addition to new and used tires, Little Chico's does brake service, minor auto and truck repair, expert custom window tinting, and towing. So if you need tires, new or used, brake service, minor auto or truck repair, expert window tinting, or if you need a tow, visit Jacksonville's newest tire store, Little Chico's, 1675 North Marine Boulevard. By phone, 910-333-0473 for Little Chico's Tire Service, located at 1675 North Marine Boulevard, right here in Jacksonville.
Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing specializes in residential and commercial interior and exterior painting. In fact, they paint most anything except cars, including homes, businesses, apartment complexes, decks, and they do minor repairs, wood repairs, pressure washing, waterproofing, and more, including storm repair and cleanup. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing, fully licensed, insured, and locally owned and operated by Roger Carroll Jr. References available and customer satisfaction is always guaranteed. So if you want to paint and maintain, or washed, or need a new roof, call Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, and Washing at 910-939-0749 or visit southerntouchpaintingnc.com. Southern Touch Painting, Maintenance, Power Washing, and Roofing salutes our troops and is proud to be part of the continued growth of Onslow and surrounding counties.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1128. WSME.
Marine Weather is brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. They can provide you with help with everything from stress situations to mental health issues and with addictions. Addictions we hear a whole lot about these days. It's a lot of news about addictions. Mm-hmm. My goodness gracious. I would have thought that with all the publicity, with all the interventions, with all the assistance that's out there, people would know better. Apparently not.
Sometimes it creeps up on you.
How do you get started to become addicted?
It depends.
Oh, I know that, but
I mean, circumstances. For some, it's environmental.
What do you mean?
Like they grew up in, it's generational.
Gotcha.
It's so normalized from childhood. It's nothing. For some people, a lot of people, it depends on what the addiction is to. But let's go with how the opioid issue really started. Besides what's led to the overprescribing, a car accident, some kind of injury, that the overprescribing of pain meds, that's how it depends. So,
I remember going to the hospital. I think it was a friend. It could have been a relative there that had been hurt, and he said, It's pretty good. I got these happy pills. I'd like to take some of those home with me.
Mhm.
I don't have any pain.
Yeah, but all they do is make you not feel the pain. They don't treat the problem.
Uh-huh.
And some addiction is hereditary, by the way.
How do you mean?
Like alcoholism,
Mhm.
there's a gene actually hereditary.
Really?
And I see a lot of folks that have addiction in the family. If you start doing like a genogram, which is almost like a family tree, and you can see mom had a problem, grandpa had a problem, uncle had a problem on one side of them. You can see from far up all the way down.
Hmm.
Yeah. If you diagram, sometimes I diagram people's family histories, you can spot it. Same as with depression and anxiety.
Wow.
Mhm.
Well, the folks over at Community Prevention Services here in Jacksonville are non-judgmental. They really care about you, and they'll offer you assistance with your problems. Community Prevention Services can accept most insurance plans as well. Give them a call and set up an appointment, 910-353-0972. You'll be happy that you did. 910-353-0972. Offshore, that's where anglers are catching Spanish mackerel and bonita right now. Northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming easterly 15 to 20 with gusts to 25 this afternoon. See 3 to 5 feet, except 2 to 3 near shore. A new element to the marine forecast from the National Weather Service caught me off guard this morning. Wave detail. Easterly, they got waves that are coming from the east at 2 feet, 11 seconds apart. And they're going to be switching around to the southwest, 2 feet at 5 seconds apart. That's a new element.
Wait.
They're giving me
okay.
directions and the height of the waves,
But
which
they
way
can
they're
only,
coming
they
from.
can't come from the west.
Yes, they can.
How?
It says southwest.
We're the
anyway. It
west,
didn't
but
say-
no, I'm just saying from the west, but I like that. Huh. Why would somebody need to know that? I'm literally just curious.
Because you just want to know which way, how it's going to be hitting your boat as you're going
Okay.
through the inlet, or when you're out there, which way you're going to be going, whether you got some strong, these are 2-footers, not
Yeah,
that big.
I can deal with the
But-
2-footer.
But if you got 5-footers and there's from the southwest, you may be wanting to
Trust me.
figure out which way you're going to go, and also figure out maybe another inlet if you go too
That
far.
makes sense. Cool.
Okay.
Cool feature.
Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 15 to 20, gusts to 25 in the morning, seas 3 to 5, 2 to 3 near shore. But wave detail again, northeasterly, 3 feet tomorrow, 6 seconds apart. Sounds and rivers choppy. And on Saturday, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, seas 3 to 4 feet, 2 feet near shore. The wave detail on Saturday, 3 feet at 6 seconds. It's going to be a dicey weekend coming up. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop.
Today, mostly sunny, high of 76. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 73, with about a 15-mile-an-hour gust at times. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 54. And on Saturday, a nice day for working in the yard, mostly sunny, a high of 73.
You know, coming up this weekend, there's a business that we got to go down and see.
Yes.
It's a really busy business happening down in the Holly Ridge this weekend. Good morning, Dorothy. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning. Hopefully, weather will stay beautiful for this.
Looking good.
I'm
Looking
hoping
good.
that we have a nice day.
Yeah.
That's all I care about.
Yeah, it's going to be nice. I would strongly suggest right now wearing some sunscreen, because I was out a couple hours the other day, didn't have any on, and I got a little peeling left over, and that's about it. But anyway, so
I agree.
wear some sun protection, wear a ball cap.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Anyway, what's this happening down there? This is a busy weekend.
A busy weekend. This will be our first annual bee festival in Holly Ridge. This year, Holly Ridge became a national bee city.
Bee
Which
city.
means that we are going to promote friendly lawn care and less pesticides and allow the growth of natural vegetation and flowers to allow our bees that are essential to our existence to have a little more time to get some good food and gather some healthy stuff for their beehives. But this turned into something from No Mow May, which you may have heard of, that started a few years ago, where communities were encouraging each other to not mow basically until the end of May.
Wow.
And a lot of people don't realize this, but if you look at the center of the highways now, DOT is not mowing those until June.
Yeah,
So
I was wondering
they've
about
already
that.
started their No Mow May. So it's a nice little national campaign that it doesn't take a lot of effort. I know there's a lot of people out there who love to mow right away,
Yeah.
But for those people, just mow a little bit less.
Yeah.
Just don't kill everything in your yard. Don't spray every weed. Don't take everything out.
Right.
Give the bees a chance, because they are very important to us, and we don't seem to realize that, but we will soon enough.
Well, I'll tell you what, with 11 raised beds here that have things growing in them, and a lot of those things have flowers on them, I count on those bees because they're the ones that got to move from one thing to another to get me some veggies growing.
Oh, absolutely. They're essential, and they can add 20 to 30% more produce in your garden.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I keep telling people, like you're doing, add the flowers, add the herbs, things that attract the pollinators, not just bees, but butterflies also.
Yep.
And it'll only help you. And they're also beautiful to look at.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of allergic to bee stings and everything, so I'm a little careful with that. But, those bees would prefer to have the flowers or pollinate those flowers moving from one to the other than to sting me. I found that out. So I just stay away from them. Try not to pose a threat to them.
Not as sweet as a flower, Rayford.
Yeah, I hope not. I've been told that many times before, too. Been guilty of it. So tell me the nuts and bolts. This thing's going to start at 10 o'clock, according to the brochure.
Yes, it's going to be from 10 to 3 on Saturday. It's going to be located on Sound Road, right where Highway 17 and Sound meet. It's going to be closed off, so it'll be a street fair.
Oh.
We're going to have 8 food trucks. We have 52 vendors, and I believe we have 6 exhibitors.
Wow.
We have businesses from all over, a lot of people that are going to have booths set up where kids can come and plant flowers in little pots.
Really?
Paint their name on them and take them home. We've got a lot of people that are going to be giving out seeds and information about how to take care of bees and the all the products that you actually get from bees. It's amazing. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this. And I think my goal with this is that every year this bee festival gets larger and larger and larger.
That'd be
and we
nice.
start encouraging more and more young people, especially, to get involved in gardening and planting and take care of their yards. Little simple things.
Any of the beekeepers going to be out there and, maybe selling their wares or anything as a vendor?
Yes, we have a few beekeepers that can be there. Unfortunately, this is the largest weekend, which I was not aware of, for beekeepers to obtain their queen bees.
Oh, really?
So there was a company out of Raleigh that has over 700 hives. It's run actually, one of the divisions is run by a 16-year-old girl who's just doing amazing work. And we were hoping to get her to come down this year, but she said, listen, this is the weekend people come from all over to our farm just to get queen bees.
Wow.
So apparently this is the time of year that for those of the people that are already established beekeepers, it's very important. But again, it's also a good time for people who want to learn about it to start watching people who are established beekeepers to get it right.
Yeah.
And it can be beneficial to everybody in the community, which is a wonderful thing.
Well, I probably need to talk to a beehive person, somebody who does that kind of stuff. I'm just wondering if I had a beehive in my backyard, for instance, back here in the bushes or the trees or whatever, if I had that there, that would encourage the honeybees to kind of hang around and help my garden, right?
Absolutely. And all the counties around here, Onslow County and Pender County, both have beekeeper associations that you can join. A lot of them meet on Tuesday evenings. If you go to Facebook and just put beekeeping in there, you'll see a wide variety of groups. And so we do have representatives from the Onslow County Beekeeper Association that will be there.
Oh, good.
So
Maybe
you'll
I'll
be
talk
able
with
to
them.
talk
I
to
have a
them, and then
question.
they have a group of network people that can help you out.
Okay. What time are they going to close that Sound Road?
I believe they're going to close around 7 a.m.
Oh, Lord.
So that the vendors can get in and set up. Now, it's only going to be closed in front of our building from Sound Road down toward where the town hall is. So you'll have Main Street will stay open the entire time.
Okay, because I'm going to pull in there.
Traffic goes, there'll be a steady
We haven't
flow.
told you yet, but I've told you, but and you've invited us. So yours truly and my queen bees will be there on Saturday morning, set up as a vendor right in front of your shop.
Fantastic. And we actually have a coffee shop now as part of our business, and that'll be open at 7 as well. So if somebody wants
I'm
to
right there
coffee,
with
tea,
you.
or
Got any
Thank you,
anything like
Dorothy.
that'll be available.
got any juice to go with that coffee instead of coffee?
Yes, we have different juices too.
Oh, good.
We'll
I don't
make
like
sure you're happy.
I don't like coffee.
I'll make sure.
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I
Weird,
love
huh?
coffee, Dorothy.
But
Well, I do too.
well,
But
good for
it's
you.
essential.
Yeah, my wife likes it too. She's got this special blends of stuff. But
Mhm.
okay, yeah, well, I will be there, so I'll have to get there early enough to be able to lug this 8-foot table.
Can I help you?
We
I
have to
have
be
a
there.
smaller table that you can just carry.
Well,
Folds up.
yeah, but that's a little short, 4-foot one probably. I got one of
No.
those too. I got a 6-foot table. That's
It
easier
folds out.
easier
Yeah.
to bring. But anyway,
And Rayford, if you need to drop it off ahead of time with me, that's fine too.
that would be
That's
tomorrow.
Yeah. So if you have any time today or tomorrow and you're buzzing around,
I'm,
send it.
did you just say buzzing around? Did you really
Buzzing
just say
around.
buzzing around?
Way to go.
Zzz, zzz.
Yes, yes.
No, we look
But yeah,
forward
we're
to
gonna-
it.
We'll be there on Friday night, at least 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So, I mean, if anything comes up, if it makes it easier for you, that's not a problem. But like I said, it looks like it's going to be a great day. The entertainment, the food, and everything else is going to be a lot of fun. We have a DJ, Ray Swinson, who will be there, and he'll be going up to the booth and talking to people. We have the Pirates are going to be there for kids.
Arg.
And they'll bring their pirate ship, and they're going to have a little pirate school. So that'll be kind of fun as well. But it should be a fantastic day. We have, like I said, we have vendors from all over. And it was one of the fastest booking events I've ever seen when we put
Cool.
this available. I think it was within 4 days we booked up all the spots.
Wow.
So people are excited about this.
All right, this is going to be from, according to your flyer, from 10 o'clock until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So come on down. Don't forget your sunscreen, though, seriously, because it's going to be one of those days, I think. Sunscreen and a ball cap and whatever else you need.
Yeah, bring your appetite and come and learn and have some fun and bring home some plants and get yourself out there gardening and planting some more pollinators in your yard. Very important.
Okay, they got a plant sale there, too?
Yes, there'll be people selling plants. There'll be people planting plants. There'll be lots of seeds that they'll be giving out for people that are pollinator blends.
Excellent. All right, sounds like it's going to be a blast. So,
It should be.
so the buzz is all about Holly Ridge on Saturday.
Yes. Yes, it is. That's where it'll be cool to be.
All right, sounds good. Dorothy, thank you.
Okay, we'll see you guys then.
See you Saturday, and I'll probably run down there and drop off a table and maybe a flagpole because I got a little flagpole I'm gonna put up there with our flag on it.
Okay.
All right, you take care. We'll see you Saturday. You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WSME. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. Offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbett Avenue in Swansboro.
The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including both gas and battery-powered zero-turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
When you need comforting, who do you call? An old friend, right? Jacksonville Heating Contractors services the heating and cooling needs of our area with dependable quality train systems, guaranteed indoor comfort for your home or business. In addition to quality train systems, Jacksonville Heating Contractors offers 24-hour emergency service, NATE certified technicians, and over 50 years of experience and service you can trust. And with a Jacksonville Heating Contractor service agreement, you never pay retail for heating or cooling services and receive priority scheduling. Remember, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And in New Bern, you can call Tree Heating and Air Conditioning 252-633-2200. In Morehead City, Sea Air Heating and Cooling 252-247-1122. If you need service or repairs, just call an old friend. Jacksonville Heating Contractors, an independent train dealer. It's hard to stop a train. For deals on train systems and more, visit anoldfriend.com or call 910-347-2843.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. We're back live and local Real Talk, and we're going to be chatting here with a couple of fine gentlemen here in a couple of minutes or so, and see what's cooking with them. I know what's cooking with some of them. They like to fish, but sometimes the inlets get a little bit on the nasty side. We just talked about the marine forecast, and Lee, you were telling me something about just before we got on the air with the weather about some kind of a system out there.
There's a low pressure system out there in the ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, and they don't expect any development within the next 7 days, and they don't feel like it'll be any threat to the East Coast.
Okay, well,
Already starting.
Yeah, but it's not June 1st, right? Yeah. It can't happen.
Go ahead, tell your joke.
Tell my joke.
If you tell that dumb joke, I'm going to fight you.
Go
right
ahead.
here.
Go ahead. Tell it.
Just
Go
say-
ahead.
Okay, 1 and 1. Should I or should I
No,
not?
you- Oh, go ahead.
That's 2-1.
Rayford? I warn you.
They can't do it right now. Cannot
And?
have it.
Why?
Because they can't send the hurricane hunter planes because
Oh,
it would
so
be
stupid.
hunting out of season.
Y'all don't anybody laugh at that because it just encourages him.
I was
I got some
arguing
more.
with him.
What's
at
it here?
first
I know
over
what
it.
you have. He sends us this mess all the time.
I was arguing with him before I got it. I was like, oh, okay. Hunting out of season.
So ridiculous.
Hurricane hunter
So
planes go out there.
ridiculous.
You know how it is. See if they can find a hurricane. Wonder what they do if they find one. Can they bag it? They could bag it, tag it, and maybe send it
You have to
somewhere else.
measure it first.
Yeah, make sure it's legal.
They can tag it.
Lord
I'm
have
gonna need
mercy.
you to stop.
Yeah, they do tag them. How are you gentlemen? We got Don Thompson, and we've got Fred Jelinek.
That's right.
Took me 3 years to learn how to pronounce or learn how to spell it. I could pronounce it. But anyway, from the Coast Guard Auxiliary, they're in the Swansboro, Emerald Isle area, right?
Right.
Okay. Kelly keeps throwing stuff down.
We're trying to decide who's unplugged.
Somebody's unplugged. We're just trying to figure out where it goes.
Well, I don't know. It goes underneath there somewhere. Anyway, gentlemen, we are in the season. We've got boats out there already. People say Memorial Day to Labor Day. No, not around these parts, because as soon as you get a little dose of warm weather, even in February, I see people like first time since last year, we're starting our motors or trying to. But anyway, those who get them started, they hit the high seas and hurry. You've already probably been out there a little bit, huh?
Well, we've gotten ready for the boating season as people start cranking up their motors because we're trying to get the boater safety class, which is what Don is in charge of, making sure everybody gets out and understands the rules, keeps a good lookout, and drives their boat to proper speed.
Yeah, every year we unfortunately have to read about people, and we had one a couple of weeks ago about a gentleman who fell overboard and he drowned. He died.
Yep.
There's so many basics here that went wrong. He did have somebody else on the boat, but it was what, an 11-year-old kid or something?
I don't remember the details.
Yes,
I think it was 11-year-old. Yeah.
You're right, Kelly.
But, the water is cold.
Yes.
Even today, the water temperature is cold. In the ocean, it's 65 degrees. In the rivers, depending upon the daily temperature, overnight, it might be down in the 50s.
Yep. And what happens when you hit the water, you take a gasp.
Yes.
And that causes water to get in your lungs, and then you drown a lot of times.
So you've got that going against you. But even if you fall over and you're okay, unless you can get back into your boat very quickly, you're going to have a problem because your mobility is going to go away very quickly. I know that. I've stayed in cold water a lot. Was prepared for it, but I know that even with prepared for it, after a while, you start losing mobility.
Yep. In about 10 minutes, you don't die from hypothermia.
Never.
You die from your muscles losing their ability to function, and then you drown.
Now, we've got this little thing here that came up a few years ago. It's called a little switch, that thing that you hook to your belt, you're supposed to, that boats built after such and such a year, 2020 or something like that, whatever it was. They're required to have been equipped with these.
Right. Your engine kill switch.
Kill switch.
Right.
And so if you do what you're supposed to do and you hook it to your butt, to your belt or whatever, and you fall overboard or fall down in your boat,
yes,
it pops loose and your ignition goes to stop.
One of the things we do that Don talks about in his boater safety classes, if boaters unplug that kill switch and then try to start their engine, what they should understand is what that engine will do. And a lot of times it comes up with a loud whine, like an engine overheat, and people get confused and they can't figure out why their engine overheated, and what really happened was their lanyard got pulled and it got snapped out.
Yeah. So anyway, that's one of the things that all of you need to be paying attention to. Now, if you have a boat predating that, and you're not required to have these kill switches on it, yada, 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 for your own safety, for the sake of your family back home, who's going to get a call from an EMS person or patrol or Coast Guard or somebody, say, would you come down here and identify this person that we think might be your loved one? To save that call, get one of these installed. You can do it yourself if you're inclined, if you have the ability, but you can check it. The easy thing is, if you put one on there, to be able to make sure it's working, start your engine, then pull that switch, pull that lanyard. If it doesn't turn off, you did it wrong. Go find somebody who knows what they're doing. That would be the.
And all the marinas around here are good on that. Right?
Yes, they are. Okay. All of them. They're all set up to handle that kind of stuff. Let's take a break. We'll come back, and I want to talk to you about these classes and also about inspections of your boats, because you guys charge a lot of money for that, right?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Very expensive.
You're live in local Real Talk Freedom 97.1. 11 a.m. WSMA. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of these specials and many more at your locally owned and operated Richlands Piggly Wiggly, where good things cost less. Down home, down the street, Highway 24 in Richlands. Half-cut boneless ribeye loin is only $12.99 a pound. Boneless strip loin is only $8.99 a pound. 12-ounce regular or thick Walton sliced bacon, $2.99. Whole bottom round, just $3.79 a pound. Sweet blueberries are only $2.99 a pint. And you get 1 pound of fresh strawberries for just $2.99. Enjoy down-home country cooking in the deli 7 days a week in the store. Dine in or take out, featuring hot, fresh chicken that will make you smile. Country breakfast starts at 5:30 a.m. daily at your Richlands Piggly Wiggly Deli and is home to the famous Merle Bowl. You can also take advantage of the fast-friendly pharmacy located inside the Richlands Piggly Wiggly. Richlands Piggly Wiggly, down home, down the street, where good things cost less. Highway 24, Richlands. Remember, say big with the P.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
If you're looking for a home, or perhaps you want to sell your house, why would you not pick a realtor that knows Eastern North Carolina? Candy Brown Thompson has lived her entire life in this area and knows the territory like the back of her hand. She's a realtor with Century 21 Champion in Jacksonville and is known as a professional that will do everything possible to find the right home to meet your needs. It matters not whether you're looking for a small starter home or you're ready for a larger home. Candy will stick her neck out and check out homes throughout the eastern part of the state. She's known to look high and low and show you as many houses as you want until you have found the perfect house you can turn into a home. Throughout the process, she'll treat you with grace, kindness, and integrity, and you'll love her sense of humor. For a realtor dedicated to her clients, give Candy Brown Thompson of Century 21 Champion a call at 910-787-5600. That's 910-787-5600.
Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, your trusted local Carrier indoor weather team. Serving all of your heating and air conditioning needs since 1967, now offers residential and commercial duct and dryer vent cleaning, and now offers expert residential and commercial plumbing service. In case of a power outage due to a storm for any reason, be prepared with a Generac generator for your home or business. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning has Generac generators in stock ready to install today. Remember, better breathing comes with cleaner air. Let Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning improve the air quality in your home or business with professional air duct cleaning. As always, Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning is available 24/7 for all your heating, cooling, and plumbing emergency needs. Turn to the Carrier experts. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning, with locations in Jacksonville and Hempstead. Visit online, humphreyheating.com, and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Humphrey Heating and Air Conditioning since 1967. Relax, we're on the way.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
It's live and local real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're back. We've got a couple of gentlemen from the Swansboro Auxiliary, Coast Guard Auxiliary, and they're in here to talk about a whole bunch of things over the next period of time. If you've got a question, you got a comment, you really want to know something, give us a call at 910-333-0139. First, Don, you conduct classes, is that right? Safety classes?
We do.
Okay.
One of the main programs of the auxiliary is to conduct these boating safety classes. It's an 8-hour class. Locally, we have them at the Western Branch of the Carteret Public Library.
Oh, okay, good.
We have one coming up on Saturday, June 8th.
Okay.
And they can find some additional information in the SwansboroAux.com website. But in 8 hours, it's a long day.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
But you have
a lot to cover.
Yeah, everything from the regulations to operation safety to emergencies, things of that nature. And it leads to a certification that's recognized by both the Coast Guard and the North Carolina local authorities.
Wildlife Resources, probably, and Marine Patrol.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now this course. Suppose I'm just moved to the area. I'm from Missouri, and I've been on lakes and ponds and stuff all my life, and I want to get out there and do some fishing. So I found me a 22-foot center console. It's got 150 horsepower outboard on it. I'm good to go. I should be able to just crank that sucker up and head out, right?
Unfortunately, that's probably true and not the best way to approach it. I mean, these local waters are quite a bit different than the waters you may be used to. There's a special set of regulations that apply to coastal waters and offshore waters that you would want to be aware of. And just getting familiar with the local waterways. Our classes are a good opportunity to do that. Many of our instructors have been in the area for a long time and look forward to sharing their local knowledge, especially in dealing with the inlets.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Tides,
Those
currents,
things
of that
are
nature.
a challenge on a good day, and they change from hour to hour quite often.
Literally.
I've been out literally in the mornings, go through the inlet, and of course on my GPS, I've got the tracking where I went out. I've got good water going out. I come back in, and the waves, it looks like a washing machine out there, and I say, well, where's that channel again? And I try to go back through the same route that I went out. I actually had to come back out of New Inlet, back out, and then go all the way to Masonboro Inlet and 35 miles down the coast to come in. There was no way to get in.
Which is why we recommend having a little extra gas on your boat.
Oh yeah, do not go out with just enough. That was an extra 70 miles it cost me that day just to get back home. And, it was wintertime too. So not a whole lot of people out there to assist me if I needed help. That's a bit of a thing out there. Let's take a quick break, about 60 to Fox News, and when we come back, I'll talk about some of the topics that you cover in that class. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME, Camp Lejeune, W246CJ, Jacksonville.
I'm Gianna Gelosi. Former President Donald Trump met with construction workers today in New York ahead of the Supreme Court arguments on presidential immunity.
We have a big case today in the Supreme Court on presidential immunity. A president has to have immunity. If you don't have immunity, you just have a ceremonial president.
The decision there could impact his election interference cases. Mr. Trump will not be in Washington for that. Instead, he's required to be in a Manhattan courtroom for another day of his hush money trial. House Speaker Mike Johnson was in New York City yesterday visiting Columbia University, calling on the school's president to resign.
I am here today joining my colleagues and calling on President Shafiq to resign if she cannot immediately bring order to this chaos.
Pro-Palestine protests still rage at college campuses across the country, from California to Texas to New York. America's listening to Fox News.
Freedom 97.1.
WSME.
It's live and local. Real Talk.
Okay, we're back live on local Real Talk, and we've got a couple of Swansboro Auxiliary Club folks, auxiliary unit folks in here. It is an auxiliary unit, right?
It is.
Chapter unit.
Flotilla.
Flotilla. That's it. I knew there was a word out there. USCG. Do you gentlemen understand what that means? Do you know what those letters stand for?
I suspect you have a definition that we're not familiar with, so go ahead.
You Army guys would not understand it, right?
That's right.
Uncle Sam's confused group.
I've heard that before.
Yeah. I'm an alumni, so I can say that. But the good thing is we work shallow waters for the most part. If our boat sank, we could walk ashore.
As Don will tell you, he keeps the Navy from getting lost.
Okay. Keeps them from running aground, right? Don, the course that you guys are teaching, give me some of the basics, like the chapters, sort of an outline of what you go through.
Sure. I mean, it's for everybody. It's for the novice boater, the seasoned boater. We start literally with this is the bow and this is the stern, but we work through nomenclature. We work through boat operations. We spend a lot of time with the operations. We spend a lot of time with the regulations, both federal and state, to make sure everybody's aware of the equipment requirements. We go through boating emergencies, fire, man overboard, things of that nature. And then just your trailer, how to service the trailer and be careful, because as you described, the typical boat around here is on a trailer and 20-something foot long and center console kind of thing. So we lead through all of that. And the class is really intended to be interactive in nature. We welcome questions so that people, under their set of circumstances, we spend time on the local waterways and the inlets. Those are the basics. I think we spend the most time on operations and equipment.
Do you talk about weather any when you're doing this?
Slightly, but it is not its own chapter. That's one of the more advanced courses that the Coast Guard Auxiliary offers.
Okay, good.
Actually.
That might be a good idea.
But it's certainly keeping a weather eye out, certainly being responsive to the weather. You talked about the conditions of the inlet changing, quickly, the tidal currents and understanding that and the winds and the influence that has on the conditions in something like an inlet. We do spend a little bit of time on that.
There's a thing called marine radios, VHF radios. They're not CB radios, y'all. So many people misconstrue that one. Marine radios, you recommend them?
Absolutely. In fact, we still advocate that the VHF Marine Band radios are the best way to contact the Coast Guard or other local agencies in the event of an emergency. It's what the communication system along the coast is designed around. Yes, you can use your mobile phone, but every once in a while, that is not consistent. It's not dependable. We have watchstanders listening 24 hours a day to the Channel 16 hailing in distress frequency of the VHF radio. So it's still the best way to get in touch.
The other thing we like about the radio is when you call on a cell phone, you're talking to the other end of that virtual line.
Right. Only one
You're
person.
talking on a radio, the boat only a quarter mile away may know you have trouble and coming to your assistance before anybody else can. So we really like the marine radios.
Both the Coast Guard, a couple of our towing agencies here, they all monitor Channel 16. Marinas up and down the coastline monitor Channel 16. Every boater out there with a VHF radio has the ability to monitor Channel 16. Hopefully all of them do. Unfortunately, all of them do not. Some of us have two VHF radios. One's locked on Channel 16, and the other is either scanning or picking a working channel. For me, that's what I do. VHF radios, folks, are cheap. That $1,000 phone you got, I can re-equip your boat with two VHF radios, two 8-foot antennas, stainless steel mounts, everything there is to do, and you will have money back. Now, the other thing about the modern VHF radios, those that are built today, most of those VHF radios have a weather alert possibility, capability. Like the NOAA radios that we advocate you have at your home, this is the same thing, except you push a button and wherever you are, if there's a weather alert, your radio will be interrupted and you will get it while you're at sea. Duh.
Yep. The other thing we like about the modern radios is they have a little red button.
Yeah.
And the little red button, if your radio is hooked up to your GPS, and with the new radios that come with a GPS internal to them, if you push that button, it sends out a signal on channel 70, which is picked up by a satellite, which alerts the Coast Guard station. And they not only know that you're in trouble, but they know where you are.
Yeah, it gives a GPS coordinate of where you are. And if you're really smart, when you get your new radios, there's something called MMSI. It's free. All you've got to do is sign up for it, go to the website, put in all your data about your boat, your name, all your good stuff. It's free. So when your alert pops up and the Coast Guard gets it, they say, I know that's Don Thompson, and I know he's got a 13-foot Boston whaler, and he's out there in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, and the seas are running 8 feet. We know that. I mean, they know that. So they can dispatch somebody in a hurry.
Yeah, I used to watch at the Coast Guard station for about 10 years, and whenever there's any excitement, the first thing you want to know is where is the problem?
Right. Absolutely.
And to be told, I'm in a white boat out here on the ICW,
no,
is not an answer. So those little red buttons on the radios, when they're properly set up, is a real lifesaver.
Now, Don, you talked about cell phones. A lot of folks that I run into that, I'm not going into the ocean. If I do go into the ocean, I'm only going to be out there a mile or two. Cell phone works just fine until it rains. Right. Or until your boat is going down. Your cell phone does not work when it gets damp, much less when it gets wet. The VHF radios are designed to withstand a certain amount of water, including a heavy rainstorm. So they'll continue working.
And again, the entire emergency communication system with the Coast Guard and others is designed around the ability to use channel 16 on the VHF radio.
A radio, guys, will cost you $125 to $150 for a basic radio. They all transmit 25 watts. They're all the same power output. They're all made by pretty much the same little hands in some other country, and they all work pretty much the same. You can buy another one with bells and whistles on it that you can get external microphones. You can get this, you can get that. You can get hailing. You can get that. Hailing means you can holler at somebody over a PA system. You don't have to have that to call the Coast Guard.
You get the weather.
You get the weather. All of it's included. Antenna, get the best one you can get, a sturdy one. The smart guy that's using his boat in the ocean will pick one of the more expensive radio antennas. The 8-footer is going to be an 8-footer is an 8-footer. It's going to give you 6 dBs gain. Cheap or expensive. The cheap ones will last you a little while, but when you get out there pounding and they're waving back and forth in the ocean day in and day out, they're going to break internally and you won't know it until it's too late. That's the difference, folks. So let's help you out. You guys also go around and do boat inspections. That's one of your fortes, has been for a long time.
Yeah, one of the things we say is make sure you have all the stuff that you need. And then the natural question is, and what might that stuff be?
Right.
And that's what our vessel safety check is. And we do it 3 ways. We have a third Saturday of every month. We do it on Emerald Isle at the boat ramp, at the public boat ramp down there. But then if you contact us through the website, which is swansboroaux.com, we will send somebody to your house in the local area, and they will do it in your driveway if that's where it is. Or if your boat's in a marina, we'll link up with you at the marina and we'll go over the equipment with you in the marina and make sure that A, you have it, B, that it's functional, and then C, do you really know how to use it? We've had cases where people had equipment and you'd say, well, how does the GPS work? How do you bring up your location? And they'll go,
yes.
And so we'll make sure they have on their radio or their GPS how to give the location out to the Coast Guard. So that vessel safety check, which is free, is a really important part of being safe.
There are certain items that are required by the Coast Guard and or state officials to be aboard your boat. A lot of folks around here, they are going to leave the intercoastal waterway never, except to go into a river, and they still come running in and say, the Coast Guard says I need to have flares. In North Carolina, if you leave the inlet and go into the ocean, you're going to have flares.
So you need to have visual devices that attract attention. Luckily, these days, if you choose, yes, usually the most common kits have smoke flares and light flares in them for both day and night use. There are non-flammable alternatives.
Stuff, yeah.
Thank you very much. There are alternatives. You can have a day flag that would, it's a big, bright orange flag with a black square and a black circle on it. You can't fly it the wrong way. Anyway, that'll attract attention. And then at night, if you have an electronic light that automatically signals SOS, then you too have met the nighttime requirement and you do not have to have the pyrotechnics on board anymore.
Really?
So, but yes, you do have to have some way to attract attention to yourself.
Okay. Noise-making devices required.
They are. And they're supposed to be heard a quarter of a mile away. And most people have a stadium horn or they'll have a boat horn. I was in the White Oak River and was linking up with a good friend of mine, and he was coming up the river and I saw him and he was off to the side of me, so he wasn't looking at me. And I blew up that stuff, and I found that people with an outboard motor running up a river don't really hear very much.
They don't hear it. Let's see.
So
somebody's trying to get through, but it's not connecting. Let's try it one more time. Okay, we do have a caller. Good morning. You have a question?
Hey, good morning, Rayford. This is Curtis.
Hey,
I got
Curtis.
a question for the Coast Guard Auxiliary guys out there. I recently purchased 2 jet skis last year, and they didn't come with any kind of sound device or any kind of flares. Is that required on jet skis?
I want to say yes. I know they have to have some kind of signaling equipment. If you're going into the ocean, you're actually going to have any vessel that goes into the ocean will have to have a visual device, like a flare, if you want to call them flares, or just what Don was talking about, the electronic devices.
Or the flags.
Or the flags. So you can have that. You have to have a fire extinguisher.
And the sound
They have a
pollution.
fire extinguisher. They come with a fire extinguisher. I got a life vest.
Okay.
We put out information in various marinas, some of the banks, some of the restaurants. I would recommend the caller picks up and we can give it to them for free. Federal and the North Carolina state regulations. It's available throughout the area. If you just pick up one of those 2 books, luckily in North Carolina, they're very consistent with the federal regulations, and that'll be the best information for any particular boat.
Yeah, pretty much any marina's got it. I do know that down at Tideline Marine, they had a bunch of them. Your guys service that on a regular basis, so you may want to run by there.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
You're
Have
welcome.
a good morning.
Thank you, Curtis. What's the most common thing you got? Okay, let's go back, go forward a little bit. You get out and you run up and down the waterways, and you're fishing while you're there. No, you're not. But you get out there and you run up and down the waterways. You're basically on patrol because I hear you call in and check in. Call the Coast Guard station. You check in and say your unit and you're doing this. And do they send you to locations or do you pick locations to go to do a patrol?
It can vary. On a normal patrol where the Coast Guard has no specific thing that needs to happen today or be checked out, we just go out and we patrol, and generally we patrol where the recreational boaters are. So generally we'll go from the area of Goose Creek down to Camp Lejeune, and we'll do that. We'll do the inlets, and that normally takes up a day, just kind of showing the flag and see if there's anybody that needs something. If they need us, then they will call us and say, hey, we need you to go to Marker 45 in the ICW, or we need you to go to Sanders Creek or whatever, and go do something. That doesn't happen very often because they are faster than we are.
Sure. Now, if you're out there and you're observing some stupidity,
yes,
what can you do?
Generally, what we do is we get the attention of the boaters and we say, you know, that really looks like a lot of fun, but it's about a $350 fine if the Marine Corps, if the Marine Police or the Coast Guard sees you doing that. So that's not really a good idea. And sometimes you get a shocked look and they go, oh, and they immediately respond and say, you're right, thanks, I wasn't thinking. If you get a different response, we have absolutely no law enforcement authority.
But you got a radio.
But I have a radio. And so if there's something bad or dangerous going on, then we call our friends in the Coast Guard with the guns, and they come out and take care of whatever has to happen.
With the guns.
Okay, now you guys get out there and you do that. You can render assistance under certain conditions, right?
Yes. Under all, we render assistance up to our capability.
You don't tow people in, though, do you?
We will tow them to what's called a safe harbor.
Okay.
So if somebody is in distress, we'll hook them up and we'll take them to the closest place where they can contact somebody.
Motor's broken down, the tide's going out, they're in the inlet.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
Secure.
But if they're in 6 feet of water and they got a cooler full of ice water, then they are not in distress. And they drop their anchor and they can call a friend or call Towboat US.
Yeah. Okay. That's a good point. There are two towing companies basically that service our area, Towboat and Sea Tow.
Right.
And folks, it's going to be the cheapest money you can spend.
Yeah.
Because if you ever have to be towed in and you're not a member of either one of those organizations, you're going to wish you were. Because, you know, they service their members. They'll service anybody, but, you know, you're going to have to pay for it.
Yep.
And and they come under pretty much any conditions too.
Yes.
So it's always a good thing to have. Just put a plug in out there for those guys. They work their butts off. What else do you guys see out there? What's the most common bad thing that people are doing?
The main thing is that the kids are up on the forward deck. And
bow riders.
And well, they're bow riders, or they like to lay on the bow of the boat, and the boat's flying down the intercoastal or wherever they are, and they must know a good orthodontist, because if they hit a wake or a trough sometimes, and the boat goes down and that child's head goes down into the deck, that's not a fun day. So we see that a lot. We don't see bow riding too much.
Not anymore.
No,
thank goodness.
They got the idea. When I was on watch about 5 years ago, there was a call from Dudley's of blood in the water, and we thought somebody had fallen off the boat. It was a dog, and the dog had fallen over, was chopped up by the prop. But we were initially concerned that it was a child, but we were fortunately not for the dog, but for the family. It was just a dog.
I'm going to pick on one that most of us who do not have jet skis run into on a regular basis. We have my boat turns 5,800 RPMs. Has got two 300 horsepower motors on it now, and it turns about 5,800 RPMs. And the blades, the two props have 4 blades each. Stainless steel that will cut through pretty much anything,
especially soft skin.
Now, these guys with jet skis, they do like to come up behind me. They like to pass. They like to jump the waves in front of me and whatever. I don't have any brakes on my boat.
That's right. Actually, they don't either.
I know they don't.
So that can be a problem. So they are like motorcycles on the interstate. I mean, so the major responsibility is for them is to keep clear and not do something stupid. And if they're jumping across behind your wake, what they sometimes fail to forget is there could be somebody coming directly towards you, and they'll jump and they'll be airborne and look to their right or left and see another boat about to hit them. And that's a really scary.
We've all seen those pictures.
Yep.
They've been published in locations. It's too bad that the general public does not have access or won't go online and look for them.
It's not a pretty picture. So.
No, they're not. They get to be really ugly out there.
Okay. We started our conversation. You asked about what the most common things people can do to help themselves. Wearing a life jacket, having the life jackets immediately available, readily accessible, I think is the legal word. Having children below the age of 13, they're required to be in a life jacket if the boat's underway. And filing a float plan, just letting somebody you know that you trust know in general where you're going and what time you'll be back and what the number for the local authorities are you would like notified if you don't show up on time.
And a full description of your boat,
And a
including
full-
your registration number
There you
and
go.
the number of people on board, hopefully.
Sure.
And if you got radios on board and the names of the individuals. So, the Coast Guard can start putting out some feelers on the radio first.
Yeah, they're on the website. There is actually a sequence of what exactly happens when what are the events that happen during a rescue. And it's interesting to watch. It takes about 3 or 4 minutes, but it talks about a guy who was out and had a bad day. So.
Yeah, go to the Swansboro Auxiliary, Swansboro Aux.
Swansboro Aux.
AUX, y'all, in case you missed what we're talking about. But anyway, that's all great advice. Now, your next, so you've got one coming up at Emerald Isle?
The class?
class?
Well, no, I'm talking about the boat inspection.
Safe boating. Oh yeah, every month.
Every
third
third
Saturday.
weekend.
Third Saturday.
Yeah.
So is that this Saturday?
No, it was last Saturday.
Last Saturday. Okay,
We
so
just
just
did.
next month you can go get one there, or you can call them or send them an email or message through their swansboroaux.com, and they will call you and set up a time and a location and come give you the once over.
And of course, we welcome you to the next class at the Western Branch Carteret Library.
Okay, where is that?
Taylor Notion Road in Cape Carteret.
Okay, that's right there at Cape Carteret, not too far from the golf course, Star Hill.
Correct. Saturday 8th, 7:30 in the morning. Starts early.
What is the minimum age to take that class?
There is no minimum age. We find that young people from 13, 14 seem to do well. I think last year we had somebody that was 12. So it depends on the individual.
Okay.
But certainly it moves along.
Mhm.
And I think the material that you're given is appropriate maybe for junior high school age and above.
Okay. That's good to know.
Thank you for that question, though, because we have a small water and kids program coming up this Saturday, the same location, the Western Branch of the Carteret Library, where we're going to deliver a 1-hour overview experiential training to elementary school age children.
Really?
So if they contact the Western Branch of the Carteret Library, we'd like to know who's coming our way, but it's boating safety, water safety, environmental protection are the 3 main themes. And that's this Saturday, the 27th. Let's see, the preschool to 2nd grade is at 10 o'clock in the morning, takes about an hour. And the 3rd grade through the 6th grade children are at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, basically the same program with just different style information.
Okay. And the reason I asked my question is oftentimes you see parents letting their teenage, usually boys, but sometimes girls, drive the boat at 14, 15 years old. That's why I was asking about the class, because I'm willing to bet they haven't had a class.
Yep. So yes, that is common. I would hope that the operator of that vessel remembers that regardless of who they allow to drive their boat, they're still responsible for the safe operation of that boat. So I hope they do so knowingly, and we welcome the interaction with the boating community to make that as safe as possible.
Nice.
I'm going to add something as a boater for several decades, aren't we?
We are.
Whoever you've got on your boat, particularly those who go out with you regularly, make sure that they understand. Fred can go down, I can go down, you can go down. Somebody needs to take over command of said vessel. A couple of things they need to know about is that radio. What do I do now? Who do I call? Ghostbusters? No. Where do how, and your radio may not be on that calling and hailing and distress signals channel. You need to know how to get it there. You need to know what to say. You need to know who to call. You need to know the identity of the boat. You need to know where to Sam Hill you are. Lots of things. And if you got a medical emergency, you better be able to describe it, hopefully.
Yeah, one of the things that we have on the website is what we call our pre-boater safety briefing, which means how does this thing work?
Right.
Which is the front end? Which is the back end? How do you turn on the motor? What happens if the kill switch comes out? If I need to anchor, how can I do this? And how do I call on the radio? Where is the latitude and longitude found on the boat? And that's part of briefing anybody on your boat. Say, hey, look, anything happens, see that number there? Make sure to give that to the Coast Guard.
Slowly
or just push this red
and
button.
repeatedly.
Yeah. So part of that pre-trip briefing is if you have a cousin from Ohio who's not familiar with the boat, take about 2 minutes and say, hey, this is where the first aid kit, here's where the extra life jackets are. The briefing at the website can easily fit on the back of a 3x5 card, and have a lot of people that have them with their fishing license.
Excellent. Good way to do it. Gentlemen, thank you for coming in.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very interesting, very
Always a
informative, and
pleasure,
hopefully
yes.
very useful.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
try to have people do dangerous things safely.
Yeah, well, being out there, you're at the will of everybody but yourself. So you need to be able to take over in case things go bad. Somebody's got to be in charge. Gentlemen, thank you. We do appreciate it. Let's
Thank
take a
you very
break. You're
much.
live and local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m., WSME. If you got more questions for that, again, Swansboro aux.com, right?
Right.
Well, there you'll find out all of this information and a whole lot more. We'll be right back.
Freedom 97.1 WSME.
If you plan to rebuild, remodel, repair, or do cottage or home improvements, Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City, should be your first stop. Williams Hardware carries power tools and equipment, chains and fasteners, plumbing and electrical supplies, along with Gerber, Buck, and Case knives. Williams Hardware is your helpful, handy hardware store. Williams Hardware cuts glass to size and cuts and threads pipe. When the chores are done and the cleanup is finished, light up that Wilmington grill from Williams Hardware. Williams Hardware, 3011B Bridges Street, Morris City. Open Monday through Saturday from 7:30 till 6 p.m. and Sundays for your convenience, noon till 5. Phone Williams Hardware, 252-726-7158.
If your plans include hitting the road this year to do some traveling, make sure a visit to Silent Service Center is on your to-do list. Travel safety starts with the tires on your vehicle, and a visit to Silent Service Center will give you peace of mind with the best value in all name brand tires and the largest selection of used tires in this area. In addition to quality tires, Silent Service Center is a North Carolina inspection station and does complete brake service, oil changes, and alignment service. Silent Service Center, 1707 Lejeune Boulevard, Jacksonville, and 108 West Main Street, Havelock. Phone 910-353-4760. The best deal for the grill is at Jones LP Gas and Oil Company each Friday. Every Friday from 8 a.m. till closing at 5, Jones LP Gas and Oil Company will fill your 20-pound LP gas grill cylinder for only $11. You heard that right. Each Friday till closing, you can have your 20-pound LP gas cylinder filled for only $11 at Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 Wilmington Highway in heart of Verona. In addition to saving money on your LP gas for the grill, Jones Gas and Oil is your full-service gas and oil company serving residential, commercial, and agricultural gas and oil needs, as well as gas appliances, LP replacement parts, fill cylinders, and tankless water heaters, and they offer a 10% military discount on installation. Remember to get that cylinder filled every Friday until closing for only $11. Jones Gas and Oil Company, 3881 the Old Wilmington Highway, Verona. Phone 910-346-6384.
It's live and local Real Talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, I'm just playing catch up, guys. Give me a second here. And I got to get back up here to the weather. Marine weather brought to you by Community Prevention Services of Jacksonville. They can provide you with help with everything from stress situations to mental health issues and with addictions as well, whether it's drugs, alcohol, or maybe it could be gambling addictions. You never know what's out there. They're non-judgmental. They really care about you, and they'll offer you assistance with your problems. Community Prevention Services can accept most insurance plans. Give them a call and set up an appointment, 910-353-0972. You'll be happy you did. Trust me. 910-353-0972. Offshore today, that's where the anglers are catching Spanish mackerel and bonita right now. Northerly winds 10 to 15 knots, becoming easterly 15 to 20 this afternoon. Gusts up to 25 later today. Seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. And in the new Marine Weather Service forecast, they're adding some details now. Wave detail today. Waves are easterly about 2 feet at 11 seconds. That means they're far apart. Now, this is offshore. This is not in the inlets. The inlets are still going to be dicey. Southwesterly later on, 2 feet at 5 seconds. When you're out there and you suddenly see, oh, the waves have changed directions, now you can know that it's going to happen. That's always a good thing. Sounds and rivers, a moderate chop, becoming choppy later this afternoon. Surf temperatures about 65 degrees. 20 miles out, it's a degree or two warmer. Northeasterly winds tomorrow, 15 to 20. Gusts up to 25 in the evening. Later in the morning, seas 3 to 5 feet, 2 to 3 near shore. Sounds and rivers are going to be choppy. Saturday, easterly winds 10 to 15, seas 3 to 4 feet, around 2 feet near shore. And sounds and rivers are going to have a moderate chop.
Today, mostly sunny, high of 76. Tonight, partly cloudy, low of 50. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, high of 73. Tomorrow night, partly cloudy, low of 54. Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 73. And then on Sunday, it'll be a 77-degree high and sunny.
That's nice.
Like it.
It'd be a nice day to be out there in the ocean, too. A couple of quick things here. If you're buying a boat and you're going online to Facebook Messenger, Craigslist, or ads, or you read it in the paper, or you see it posted on a wall outside somewhere, and hey, boat for sale, and you stop by there, let me give you a couple things you need to do first, besides making sure that that boat is viable. You can take a friend along if you don't know anything about boats. I don't care what the owner or the person who has possession of that boat, who might not be the owner, says. And this happens a lot in some of the storage units that people end up getting. Whoever that boat was last registered to is the only legal owner of said boat. Only one. And somebody said, well, he gave it to me. Well, good. Did you get a bill of sale and a title from him? Oh, no. Well, he doesn't own it then.
Right.
Whoever owned it last has it registered. That's who owns the boat. You've got to have a paper trail. That's what they call it, a paper trail from the last registered owner to the guy selling it to you. Now, the guy selling it to you says, I don't have a title for it. It didn't come with a title. I got the registration. It's registered to me. I'll give you a bill of sale. Maybe, maybe not. Boats under 14 feet of length do not necessarily have to have titles, though some of them do. Some owners request it. All jet skis have to be titled. All jet skis have to be titled, regardless of length. A boat 14 feet and over has to be titled. Now, okay, so the dude bought the boat brand new in 1959. And no, boats were not required to be titled in North Carolina in 1959. If that boat has been sold since 2007, I think was the year, that boat has got a title on it. So regardless of what said person in possession of it says, even though it's registered to him, it has a title somewhere. If he cannot find that title, he has a choice. Apply for a new title before he sells it to you, or provide you with a document called Statement of Lost Title. That Statement of Lost Title can be filled out. He can sign it in front of a notary public, give you a bill of sale, sign it in front of a notary public, and give you those two documents. And in North Carolina, that's okay. But if you don't get all of that, you just bought your wife something to put flowers in you can put on your front lawn. Mm-hmm. And that's the way the law reads. So anyway, do your homework first. Call and ask questions. North Carolina Wildlife Resources Commission handles the boat registrations here in this state. Give them a call. They got 800 numbers. Give them a call and ask them what you need. This is what this guy says he's got. Do I need anything else? Or no, you're good to go.
Okay.
All right.
Like
Easy advice.
I agree. Well, we have a North Carolina man.
I'm sorry.
Who was sentenced to 6 years in prison because he was involved with the Capitol riots.
Good.
And he attacked police, among other things.
Uh-oh.
He attacked police with a pole,
And he only got
like a
6
metal
years?
pole. Well, the prosecution recommended 10. His attorneys wanted 4. And he got 6 years, but it became better. He was convicted Tuesday.
He needs an example needs to be made of
Apparently,
these individuals.
after he was convicted, he became a fugitive. So what?
He's missing?
No, he's not. He was for a while
Oh, he
until
was
they finally
convicted.
found him.
Now they found him. Oh.
He was convicted, and then he was awaiting sentencing. And he's from Sanford. He's 31. His name is David Joseph Geetson. So what happened was he told the judge he didn't intend to hurt anybody, but he had no remorse. He said, "I want to make it known I believe I did the right thing."
Oh, you just stupid, dude.
And so then last August is when he got convicted, 8 counts, including assault and civil disorder charges. So after his conviction, the court order was to report to prison on October 20th while
Why?
awaiting sentencing.
Why?
I don't know. This is
Why not just why not sentence him today?
I agree. I don't know why they did that.
I don't understand.
Doesn't make any sense. So
Don't come back for your sentence and we'll see you in about 6 months.
but
No.
we'll see you. But you had to go to court while you're waiting.
No,
This is weird to me,
You're
but-
remanded to custody until I decide to sentence you. How does
right.
that
Well,
sound?
that's so he didn't report on October 20th. So apparently he missed several hearings for his case before finally on December 12th of last year, he was arrested at his mother's house here in North Carolina. It doesn't say where that is. And the prosecutors is, told in court in a filing, he has a pattern of flouting rules and kind of do what he wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So his attorney claims, look, he remained at his house, quote, just waiting to be picked up.
Oh, baloney.
But, so anyway, he graduated from NC State in
Yeah,
2017 with bachelor's degrees in computer engineering and electrical engineering. I mean, he's not stupid. I mean, he is.
No,
but
he's not. He's ignorant.
So now his defense attorneys have come out and said right before his sentencing, which was, like I said, Tuesday, his current philosophy is that he no longer wishes to be engaged with the political process. His involvement with politics has concluded and should be an indication to the court that he is no longer interested in being a threat to the public or political process.
Your Honor, I'm not going to kill anybody else, so let's
not
just forget about the people that I've already killed.
I'm
Yeah,
not going
right.
to beat any cops with my pole. What he did gets better.
Mm.
So he shoved a police officer, grabbed another one's gas mask, and struck an officer with a pole.
It's a wonder that he's breathing air.
I am like impressed that he still was. Agreed. So yeah, and then he afterwards bragged to friends that he was proud.
Yeah.
It's Miller.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, he's.
But yeah, he got
Okay.
sentenced to 6 years. And he
Good.
deserves every bit of that.
We call him Wumpum Joe.
Yeah.
You go in Wumpum.
Mhm.
It's Miller time. Hello, Chris. What's up?
Good morning, my friends. How's everybody doing this this nice Thursday?
We're
morning?
doing great. Hope you are.
Yeah, doing good. I can't believe it that we actually only have a couple weeks left in the high school sports spring season for baseball, softball, and girls soccer, and all these other sports. So it just seems like a few weeks, maybe a month ago, that we were talking about high school football.
We were.
I know it.
Yeah, so we were, and then
We'll be starting
maybe in another
again.
month we will be talking about more high school football.
All right. Okay. Well, we got to go warm the seats up, get the benches going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. But every time I call in, I do want to mention, with the season coming up, the Jacksonville Ospreys baseball team. I spoke with Eli Patino, recently, and their players are going to start showing up here in about a month or so for practices, and before you know it, that the season opener for them is going to be in late May, and then the home opener for the Ospreys will be June 1st. So it'll be here right before you know it.
Okay. So they're going to play an away game as the first game, right?
Yeah, they're going to play several away games, probably I think 5 or 6 away games on the road before their home opener. But if you talk to the Osprey, the coach and Eli and everybody involved, that's probably a good thing. It kind of gets their feet wet a little bit, kind of gets them into a nice rhythm, and then so their first home game is not the very first game.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're prone to making a lot of mistakes. So it's I think it's a good thing that they'll have a handful of games before that home opener.
Yeah. Get all the bugs out of the system before you buy that car, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. And what's up with you and bugs? I mean, you and bees today, Rayford. I mean,
Yeah.
you had been been a buzzing show, hasn't
It has been a buzz. We've been in a buzz this morning. This weekend, Saturday, between 10 and 3 o'clock, they're going to have a big bee weekend at Holly Ridge, and beekeepers galore are going to be there. It's going to be it's basically a street festival, and it's going to be on Sound Road. So we'll be down there.
Oh, Lord.
You should come
Make him
by and
stop.
see us, Chris.
Yeah,
It will be fun.
Be nice and
I'm
come
going
on
to
by.
punch both of y'all. Seriously.
Well, Rayford, make sure you behave.
Oh my gosh, Chris, really? You had to do
You've
that?
only got 2 hands. You're going to punch her and me, and now you got to hit Chris.
This is starting
don't
to
go around
be
calling
crazy.
And don't go around calling people honey.
Well, I can call one honey.
Well, of course, yeah.
Okay,
So,
honey.
But it's very nice to like I said, the high school sports season is only lacrosse playoffs start next week, and then the baseball and softball will start the following week, and then women's soccer will start. So it's and your Cardinals girls soccer team is doing pretty well.
Yay. Go girls.
They're doing pretty well. They're going to win their conference, and they're going to. It looks like they're going to go pretty far in the playoffs. So I'm anticipating covering them for a long haul. The baseball team at Jacksonville has gotten a lot better, and then the softball team is very competitive, and so some good things going on at the Birdcage this spring season.
Yeah, I like that. And girls there in the soccer team, girls, go out there and kick the beesness out of those balls, okay?
Well, but yeah, and then like I said, just the Jacksonville Ospreys. I think our community. Excuse me. I think our community is really going to rally around this team, and just the feedback that we've heard. I mean, they get a lot of sponsors. They get a lot of support from the city and county. Just different personnel with the city and county, and I think the fans are going to come out. I think the families are going to be able to come out and have a good time. So it's I think it's going to be a great season for that inaugural season.
All right, sounds like a winner. Hey, Chris, thank you, as always.
All right, thank you.
All right, and be nice, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks for giving us the buzz.
Bye, Chris.
The Chris Buzz. You're live in local Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 a.m. WBW.
Welcome to Lincoln & Associates Family Dentistry, where we love to make you smile. Now proud to be working with Doctors Kim and Tommy Morgan, formerly Morgan Family Dentistry. The Jacksonville and Richlands Morgan offices of Lane & Associates Family Dentistry blends the latest technology with personal care and attention, so you have an amazing dental experience. The offices of Lane & Associates welcome all ages and accepts all major insurances, including military. Lane & Associates Family Dentistry has been serving the state of North Carolina for over 40 years, with 2 locations in Jacksonville, Richlands, and Maysville. Call for an appointment today at 877-LANE-DDS or online at lanedds.com. Welcome to Lane & Associates Family Dentistry.
Hello, shoppers. Take advantage of the following specials for many, many more. A locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store, Main Street in downtown. Half cut, boneless ribeye loin, $12.99 a pound. 12-ounce regular or thick Gwaltney sliced bacon is only $2.99. Whole bottom round is only $3.79 a pound. Sweet blueberries, $2.99 a pint. About a 1 pound fresh strawberry package for just $2.99. Fresh leg quarters sold in a 10-pound bag are only 59 cents a pound. And remember, the beef and pork is cut fresh every day by the butchers at your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in downtown Maysville on Main Street. Over in produce, Halo mandarins are only $4.99 a bag. Genuine Vidalia onions, you get a 3-pound bag for $3.99. Sweet grape tomatoes are only $1.99 a pint. Honey Crisp Western apples, just $1.99 a pound. Remember, that's your locally owned and operated Piggly Wiggly store in downtown Maysville, where good things cost less. Remember, say big with the pig.
For 40
40 years now, people throughout Jacksonville and Onslow County have trusted Barnes Diamond Gallery for all their jewelry needs for every special occasion. They understand that every day is a special event for someone, whether celebrating a wedding, anniversary, birthday, engagement, or graduation. Let Barnes Diamond Gallery custom design something for you. Barnes Diamond Gallery does on-site repair in addition to their quality and selection of diamonds, diamond fashion bands, pendants, watches, earrings, gemstone rings, and necklaces for anyone for any occasion. Major credit cards accepted. Layaway available. Barnes Diamond Gallery offers appraisals and paid top market prices for gold and silver. Barnes Diamond Gallery, 461 Western Boulevard, Suite 120, Jacksonville, open 9:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday.
Since the 1930s, people have trusted the local law offices of Attorney John Drew Warlick for personal injury, family law representation, and traffic offenses. That's over 90 years serving the legal needs of people throughout Onslow County, which makes the law offices of John Drew Warlick your hometown law firm. So when you need the services of an attorney, and at some point most people will, the law offices of Attorney John Drew Warlick is here for you. For an appointment, phone 910-455-7700 or visit their location, 313 New Bridge Street, right here in downtown Jacksonville.
Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro reminds you to check your mailbox and find your quote on homeowners insurance. Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro goes the extra mile to make sure you're in good hands, like helping you customize your home and windstorm coverage with their Write Your Own home policy. Yes, save even more when you bundle your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, and even your golf cart. Remember, if it rolls or floats, call Tammy for a quote. You and everything you own are in good hands with Tammy Fry Allstate Swansboro. Call today, 910-326-5383. Tammy Fry Allstate, 638 West Corbett Avenue in the friendly city by the sea, Swansboro. Check your mailbox today for savings on your homeowner's insurance.
It's live and local. Real Talk on Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
Okay, we're back, and we do appreciate those guys from the Coast Guard Auxiliary.
They're
they
always
do
great.
a fine service for the community, for the people, for the boaters, the boating community. And again, if you've got anything you want to know about it, if you're new to the area, you want to know more about boating, they don't charge you anything. They're friendly, they're neighborly. You can go to their website, swansboroaux.com. You can get lots of information there. You can sign up to, we got it on our Facebook page. Lee's posted it, but you can sign up for classes. You can have somebody to come by to inspect your boat to make sure it's good to go, that, you got all the legal equipment on board. There's a little bit more involved than just the legal equipment. They will make recommendations. Obviously, you should know you have to have a fire extinguisher if your boat's over 25 feet, or maybe it's 26 and longer, whatever, which is over 25. You got to have 2 on board. I will tell you, I am one to let you know for a fact, you cannot have enough on board.
Right.
In times of a fire, like I had a year ago, we used both of them because my boat had 2 on board, and that took care of the problem. But I could see where it could have been even worse. I will not have 2 on board anymore. Yes. I will have 3 normal ones, and then I will have a huge one on board that'll put out any fire. I will be able to put the fire out in a volcano before it's over with.
We got Theo on the phone.
Theo, are you there?
Good morning, deplorables.
How are you?
Listen, you had a story from Arizona. I have a story from Arizona too yesterday.
Gee, do tell. I know what you're going to say.
So in Arizona yesterday,
they
after
indicted
3
Trump.
years, 11 fake electors and 7 Trump's allies indicted.
Mm-hmm.
Fake electors, 18 altogether. Now that's why the state is turning blue, because people are going to jail. Lock them up.
They've already been blue, haven't they? Arizona? Hasn't that been blue for a while?
Who started that? Lock her up. Who started that? Do you remember?
I do not know.
General Mike Flynn started that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said, lock her up. And, when he was going to court, he had his wife next to him.
Mm-hmm.
When Roger Stone he was going to court, he had his wife next to him. When Paul Manafort was going to court, he had his wife next to him. How come the ex-first lady isn't with the main man?
Because she
maybe,
would.
Maybe Chris can answer that. Ask Chris, why isn't the ex-first lady with him in the court appearances and his rallies and all that? What seems to be the problem?
Because she would steal the thunder. I mean, she would get all the attention just by being there.
No, but look, I know you blamed the first Biden because you said she's not taking care of her husband. She's letting him bumble and do this and do that. Don't you think if the ex-first lady was with him, he wouldn't be talking the way he's talking because he might embarrass her and he might sort of keep quiet and then he won't get all those gag orders? Don't you think that's possible if
No.
she was with him? He
No,
would have a different attitude?
it hasn't slowed him down in the past.
I'm just saying, you know, I mean, if she's with him, maybe he don't want to embarrass her and he'll watch what he's saying. No, you don't think so?
I really don't think so. But that's just me. I don't think there's anything you can do to put a sock in his mouth. I don't believe so.
Yeah. So
I'm looking forward to.
I'm looking forward to your commentary on David Pecker. I know from all the stuff you've been listening to, you can put a nice commentary together. If you say to anybody, call me up, you want to fight? I'll call you up.
Will you?
Yeah, put a commentary, listen to what's going on and what he was doing. You know, Donald Trump talks about fake news, but if you saw what he was doing in the 2016 election, you will not believe it. Talking about fake news. Put a commentary together. Come on, make my day, okay?
Okay, what's the fake news? Help me out there real quick. Right.
You don't know?
I've been kind of missing every now and then a day, and I can't, there's so much junk that I have to go through.
Yeah.
What is the fake
Lee,
news?
you know what they were printing from the National Enquirer. You know what Trump and David Pecker were printing at that time about Ted Cruz and Mark Rubio and Ben. What was his name? Ben.
Well, first of all, I do not read and never have read the National Enquirer.
Neither have I.
It's a trash magazine.
It was big news at that time. If you read, you remember those headlines. But it's going on at the court right now, and how they got together and put all this fake news out, and yet Trump was always talking about fake news, but he was doing this before he was even president.
I got breaking news for you,
Ben Carson, that's what I was thinking about.
Ben Carson. I heard
Remember the story that Ted Cruz's father was involved with?
Yeah, I heard that. I remember that.
Okay. All that stuff was planned.
It was all garbage.
That fake news was planned.
It was all garbage, and we all knew it was garbage at the time.
Okay, give me a little commentary on that guy. You know, I was listening to a reporter from Germany, and he said yesterday if that guy David Pecker did something that in Germany, he'd be in jail for.
Well, he's not in Germany. You know, there's a lot of things that. If I was in Germany, I'd probably be in jail. You would too.
You would be in jail. What'd you do wrong?
I didn't do anything wrong, but in other countries, they don't really care sometimes.
Yeah, okay.
We got to run here. We got to play a commercial, and hold on
for the commentary. Put something together.
You need to stay tuned because right after the break, we're going to talk with Chris. So he's going to have a rebuttal. You're live and local, Real Talk, Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME.
WSME.
Looking for a job? Full-time? Part-time? Il Cigno Italiano Restaurant wants you. We're currently hiring for hostesses, servers, bartenders, and dishwashers. Il Cigno Italiano is a family-owned, fast-paced restaurant that offers the best in fine dining on the Crystal Coast. If you're hardworking, reliable, professional, and have a desire to always strive for better, we want to talk to you. Make great money and be a part of an outstanding, dedicated team. Il Cigno Italiano on West Corbin Avenue in Swansboro.
Have you gotten your copy of Topsail Times newspaper this week? If not, did you know that Topsail Times is Topsail area's only local newspaper in print? Started a little over a year ago, we now have over 1,500 online subscribers and 5,000 printed copies that go out every 2 weeks. And we never charge our readers. Information should be free to our readers, and we stick by that. Looking for an idea for date night? Want to learn some local history? How about asking a veterinarian about your pet? These things and more are available in each copy of the Topsail Times newspaper. Want to get the word out about your business? We offer great rates for full color ads, and the online paper version is always included for free. Need help designing the perfect ad? We can do that too. We're always looking for human interest stories, so start writing. And we love local photos too. Check out our website at topsailtimes.net, where you can find out where to pick up a copy or check out our latest publication online.
Mohawk All Pet Protection and Warranty is the only comfort protection and warranty for all pets, all accidents, all the time. Because your pets are family members too. No matter how you live, we've got you covered. Soft, luxurious, smart strand forever clean carpet. Gorgeous, durable, Solitech luxury vinyl tile. Mohawk has the ultimate floor for every room in your home that's suitable for all pets. For details, contact Watkins Floor Covering online at watkinsnewfloor.com. Watkins Floor Covering, thanking you for voting them the best of the best for 2023 in the flooring covering and carpet cleaning category. Watkins Floor Covering, they're more than just floors. It's custom showers, custom tubs, carpet cleaning, backsplashes, bathrooms, commercial, retail, and home flooring too. Watkins Floor Covering, family owned and operated since 1997 with locations in Jacksonville and Surf City. Watkins Floor Covering, you stand on it, we stand behind it. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Sales Event is here. Now through May 18th, save on select Cub Cadet lawnmowers, including powered zero turns and lawn tractors. The Cub Cadet Ultimate Series, which includes both lap bar and steering wheel models with heavy-duty mowing decks available in a variety of sizes designed to deliver a premium cut. And Cub Cadet XT Enduro Series lawn tractors were engineered for strength, comfort, and versatility. Don't wait. The Ultimate Sales Event ends May 18th. Head to Mills International Incorporated, your local Cub Cadet dealer, at 801 South Queen Street, Kinston, for exceptional offers, expert advice, and excellent service. Offer valid 4/14/24 through 5/18/24. Participating Cub Cadet dealers and online at cubcadet.com. Prices may vary by retailer, may not be combined with any other discount or offer, does not apply to prior purchases. Other restrictions apply. Void where prohibited.
This just in, I think there's been a prison break, and reports are saying it's the Scorcher. Yes, the Scorcher has escaped and is running rampant across Comfortville. Apparently, he's targeting innocent air conditioning units. Yes, and wait a second. It seems that reports are flooding in of unfortunate citizens feeling uncomfortable, hot, and in extreme cases, I hesitate to say this on the air, people are even sweating. Wait a minute, we're now getting word there seems to be some sort of disturbance. Oh, Bryant Man is on the scene, and he has apprehended the Scorcher. All right. Tune in again for another tale of Bryant Man, always doing whatever it takes.
Call Down East Heating and Air Conditioning at 346-4311 and let them keep you comfortable this summer. Down East Heating and Air, serving our community for over 25 years. Down East can also help you with your home guttering needs. Call Down East today, 346-4311.
It's live and local. Real talk on Freedom 97.1 WSME.
Okay, we're hot and we're back, and I kicked the mic on a little bit earlier. Hey, Chris, what's up? You ever do that? Where did it go? There we go.
I'll be brief. And hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
And my buddy, CEO. So I'm going to make it real quick and simple. First off, David Pecker is testifying with immunity.
Yes.
Wonder why. But the reason that I wouldn't take his word for anything is the following. These are headlines from the National Enquirer. Yes, the National Enquirer, where you go for news. Ted Cruz's father linked to JFK assassination. Man, the 174-mile-an-hour wind blows wife's hair. No, there's more. Oh, wait. Those are just the beginning of these. Headless body on topless bar. Freddie Starr ate my hamster. Yeah. Chimps put head on human body. Does anybody really believe anything in the National Enquirer? I don't think so.
No, that's not even yellow journalism, and it doesn't come up to being yellow journalism. It's not journalism at all. I picked up a couple of those papers. If I'd had a bird, it would have been perfect, but I didn't have a bird at the time. So couldn't line any cages with it. And I had plenty of stuff to wrap my fish in, so I didn't need that. I cannot think of a good purpose for that paper except that it kills trees and it should not be published.
Well, it's also good for a fire starter for your fireplace, but it's a rag magazine. Tell you what, get the publisher of Mad Magazine to take this and give them immunity, and they'll make up something, but it'll be in a cartoon form. It'll be funny.
Yes.
The thing is this. I'd like to ask Theo a question. We shouldn't use your format for this, but it's kind of fun. Why did his president, the Democratic current president, speak to a Hispanic organization meeting and tell them, what, take a cognitive test? What do I need that for? It's what, you're thinking I'm a junkie? Taking cocaine and stuff? No, it's like this, buddy. You're old, you're senile, you've told the United States Naval Academy graduating class that you were appointed to the U.S. Naval Academy, which you cannot be. You have to be, what is it? How do you get in the Naval Academy?
You have to be nominated. You have to be selected. You don't get a, no.
Why is he afraid to take a cognitive test? Trump did too.
Well,
Obama took them.
Well,
Biden don't want to take them.
Let's go back to his law school thing. Where he said he finished first of all in the top half of the class, and then turns out he was number 73 out of 85 or 87 or something like that. That's where he finished.
The only good thing that I found out on the news last night, which is not very much stuff, and then I'll let you go because I know you got to wrap up. Is most Americans are not going to vote for him because our economy is in the pits. Gas prices are up.
Yeah.
Grocery prices are up.
Yeah, again.
No matter how you look at it, guy is loser. But with the rate, love being able to come back and talk to say hi to Theo and to my buddy Chris Miller. Right, he's on. It's Miller time, and now it's time for me to let you guys go wrap up.
Thank you, Chris.
We appreciate it, sir. Thank you as always. Have a great day. Be safe out there.
You too. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. We're going to wrap up, and tomorrow we're looking for a guest. We need to get somebody in here really cool. I don't know who it would be. Any of you folks out there, all of you folks out there are cool.
Call me.
If you've got something that you would like to offer, give us a call or send us either a Facebook message or a Gmail to my Gmail account, rayfordbrown@gmail.com. And tell us what you got, what you'd like to talk about. Maybe we just grab you tomorrow and put you on the air. You never can tell.
Right.
Come on in. How's that sound? That's
That
even better
sounds
than
good.
calling in. Meanwhile, we're going to take a quick Fox News break. We'll be back tomorrow morning at bright and early, 22 hours from now.
That's right.
And Kelly
Comes
will
fast.
be here, and she will be. She's off tomorrow.
She's going to be gone tomorrow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
While the cat's away, the mice are going to play. So that'll be us tomorrow. Little rats are running around the studio tomorrow. Have
We
a great.
may be doing
and
things
We may
different.
be buzzing around here a lot. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk a little bit again tomorrow about Holly Ridge. But make some plans to come on down to Holly Ridge on Saturday.
that'll
I want to
it'll
see
be
you. I want to
fun.
meet some of you folks down in that neck of the woods. I've spent some time there, but it's usually I go from this place to that particular place or two. And I don't get a chance to be around there. That was the boom town. That was originally the town of
Yes.
Eastern North Carolina, bigger than
Remember
Jacksonville.
that.
Okay. During World War II, it was much bigger than Jacksonville.
Yes.
You're live and local, Real Talk Freedom 97.1, 1120 AM, WSME. Fox News is now.
WSME